Okay, we should be live now. Welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you for waiting patiently as always. And a big thank you to anybody who's going to watch this later on. Maybe you're not able to catch it live. Definitely appreciate all the support. Going to be doing a live reaction to Sony's March State of Play, March 2022. I have a super chat here right off the bat from KD. What's up, man? Appreciate you always super chatting. You're saying State of Play didn't even start yet, and MBG's mad in the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, what's funny about that thumbnail, dude, is I just took a screen cap while I was sitting here at my chair, and I didn't even realize I looked like that. And I put it on the thumbnail, and at first I was like, maybe I should try to, look happier or more joyful. But then I thought to myself, actually, I think this is perfect. I think this is a perfect picture because it conveys exactly what it is that I want to convey, which is not necessarily disappointment or anger. Maybe I look a little bit too mad, but just I have very low expectations for the State of Play. The past 24 hours, I've been seeing people with some pretty high expectations. I think that is unwise. I don't want to be the buzzkill per se, but the reality of the situation is anytime we get a regular State of Play, it's usually not exciting at all. Like, I don't even want to sugarcoat it at this point. When Sony does regular State of Plays, they're not exciting. They're not bad. I want to make it clear that there's a difference between something being unexciting and something being bad. And I think that a lot of people go into anything Sony does with very high expectations, expecting to be wowed or blown away potentially. And when you get something that is just very tame, very relaxed, very much something that doesn't contain big announcements or exciting reveals, then those people end up getting upset. And, I hope that before this State of Play starts, this goes for anybody who's watching here, but anybody who's watching, right? Whether it's here or elsewhere, I hope people understand that there's no reason to be upset if this is a disappointing State of Play, only because you should already know by now what to expect. It's not a showcase. It's not an event. Lower your expectations. I feel like that is the best advice I could give anybody who is tuning into a State of Play. Chris B, you're saying abandoned. Will Hassan make an appearance? Truthfully, I have no idea exactly what is going to be part of the State of Play, but I feel like I can say with a little bit of confidence that no, probably not. I would be very surprised. That would be a great moment, but I'm not expecting it. I don't care what abandoned is at this point, just it showing up, right? It would be certainly, I think, interesting to a lot of people. I see PS3 Gaming Scotland. Did you beat Sifu MBG? I did. I loved it. Not only did I beat it, I'm going to brag a little bit just for a moment. I did platinum it. I know people are probably tired of hearing me brag about it, but yeah, I really enjoyed my time with Sifu. So I can't wait till they release, hopefully, more content for it. By the way, guys, so this stream is starting in about 10 minutes. I'm not sure exactly when okay, I think the countdown started. I'm going to bring it up here. Make sure it's in HD. All right. All right, we got the countdown. How is the audio? I have to bring you guys up over here. Audio is good. Zay Very Rare. Member for 5 months. Greatness awaits. Thank you, buddy. You're saying, what's up, bro? I hope your day is going well so far. People need to lower their expectations and don't expect anything spectacular. Just enjoy the show. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Oh, turn off closed captioning? Yeah, you know what? Give me a second to do that. I forgot to do that. I'm going to bring the image up here for a second. All right, it's turned off now. Yeah, they said that the state of play is going to be about 20 minutes. They said give or take, so I mean, that means maybe it could be a little bit longer than 20 minutes. Maybe, I don't know, 25 minutes. I see somebody saying that the image is pixelated very badly. If that's the case, it's very likely on your end. You might want to try to change your settings on YouTube, because I have my stream as well as my video set to 1080p, 60 frames per second. MBG Sony PlayStation harassment charges, views on it. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. I haven't come across anything. I don't know if this is like new info or whatnot, but if there's something going on after the state of play, I'll check it out. So I guess I can't really answer that. Nakamichi, you're saying yesterday I watched someone talking about a rumor of Sony buying the Metal Gear IP. First off, one of the leakers on Twitter mentioned that Konami was more interested in licensing their games, not selling. Yeah, at this point in time, I'm not expecting anything. I'm going to be honest. I'm not expecting anything from Konami. I'm not expecting anything from... And this isn't just for the state of play. I mean, in general. I'm not expecting anything from Metal Gear. Not expecting anything from Silent Hill. I'm not expecting anything from Castlevania. I just don't expect anything. You know, there have been just an unbelievable amount of rumors for a very long time about something Metal Gear, something Silent Hill, and it has led to literally nothing. And so at this point in time, I have completely given up on believing anything from anybody when it comes to Konami or Metal Gear or Silent Hill. MBG, your sound's different today. I did lower the gain just a little bit. Maybe that's it. But if you are noticing a slight difference, that's probably the difference you're noticing. I lowered the gain on my microphone a little bit. But when it comes to what we're gonna see during the state of play, I'm seeing people saying that they're expecting Resident Evil 4 remake, and guys, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, just for your own good. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that there isn't a very, very small chance, and this goes for anything of significance. I'm just simply saying that the chances are very, very low, and, you know, don't set yourself up. Don't set yourself up, that's all. But right now, I think if we were to get anything from Capcom, I could see us getting something Resident Evil related, but what I would expect is maybe the DLC for Resident Evil Village. That's been in the works, I think, for a little while now. If not that, I would expect maybe to get a trailer for Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake and 7 enhanced on the PlayStation 5. I could see that as well. Pragmata. I mean, no, I understand why some people would expect that, but I don't think we're gonna see Pragmata. I don't think that's gonna happen. Horizon DLC feels too soon. Spacey, you're saying MBG, why you sound like Johnny Silverhand. I don't know. I'm trying to channel my inner Johnny Silverhand / Keanu Reeves. Did you guys see that Keanu Reeves is voicing Batman in that new it's a DC movie, but it's centered around like the pets of the heroes, which is interesting. But I was not expecting Keanu Reeves to ever voice Batman. Certainly interesting. Super pets, yeah. Pretty random. Ryan Thomas, you're saying, what's up, MBG? Final predictions for today. Final Fantasy 16 opens. RE4 remake teaser, not trailer, closes. Hogwarts, Ghostwire, and Abandoned makes an appearance. Enjoy. I mean, that would be amazing, but I think the only thing here that honestly sounds realistic to me is Hogwarts Legacy showing up and Ghostwire. Those two sound realistic to me. Abandon, I'm not expecting that. RE4 remake, even just a teaser. I mean, that would be cool. I admit that would be cool, but I don't know, man. It just seems like, since when do we get things like that during a state of play? You know, Final Fantasy 16. I doubt it. They said that they were going to update us in the spring, and by when they said that, I was assuming it would be like May or maybe April, but somewhere around that time. It seems a little too soon, but that would be cool. A lot of people would love to see Final Fantasy 16 show up. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to refresh the stream really quick because I want to make sure I'm not lagging behind here. Okay. Yeah, we're all caught up, which is good. Jerome Montgomery, you're saying Ghostwire, FF, Stray, and Spartacus are all fair. Ghostwire, definitely. You know what? I do want to tell you, Jerome, the developers of Stray confirmed that it won't be part of the state of play, but that they are still going to show more this year. Spartacus, yeah, I think that's 50-50. Final Fantasy, I think that's a more reasonable expectation. While I'm still not expecting it, I think it's reasonable. Guys, do me a favor. This state of play is going to start in about 3 minutes here. Please hit the like button for me if you want to help out the stream and help out the content. If you do enjoy these live reactions and you want me to keep doing them, hit the like button for me. Helps them out a lot. And yeah, just see here. I see a lot of people. It's weird. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat expecting Abandoned. I don't know why people are expecting that all of a sudden. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a GTA 5 trailer. Obviously, we're expecting Deathloop to show up. Deathloop is going to get at least a 4-minute gameplay trailer. Yeah, I saw the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer as well. It does look really good, man. It does look really good. It's awesome to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to surprises, I don't know. I have zero expectation, guys. And I hope people remember me saying this, because if this is a terrible state of play and everybody's angry and upset and raging and telling Sony how much they suck, I hope everybody just remembers that I was out here telling you guys to expect literally nothing. I don't necessarily want to be the person to tell people that they should expect disappointment, right? Nakamichi, you're saying normally the state of play don't have anything good, but hopefully something will catch my interest. KD says Q1 Japanese game, not Konami, that you're gonna see. Well, I mean, it is interesting because they said that they are gonna have a focus on Japanese publishers and developers. So, I mean, you know, obviously some people think, oh, maybe Kojima Productions, but again, not at stated play. And Nakamichi, I feel the same way you do. While I have zero expectations, it would be nice to have a little bit of a surprise, a little something. Angel Chang, you're saying can't wait for the new GTA 5 reveal. Yeah, I know. It's going to be great. Jerry A, you're saying nope, I'm blaming you if this is terrible, JK. It's all good, man. It's all good. Mark Davis, Final Fantasy 16 is what I want to see, or Bug Snacks 2.0. Member for 20 months. Greatness awaits. Thank you, Mark Davis. All right, here we go. It's starting. Let's see.
Hello, viewers. I am Ivy the android. I'd like to share today's dinosaur forecast. A dinosaur outbreak will soon occur.
Nick says Knights of the Old Republic. Probably not.
Exofighters has been dispatched. A vortex warning has been issued. Please remain indoors.
What? Capcom and dinosaurs? Oh, yo, is this Dino Crisis?
I make a sensitive situation.
You've been living fighting the chief directors for 2 years.
All I wanted was to be IBS's top pilot.
IBS's latest dinosaur forecasts and exosuit technology were able to keep human casualties to 0.
Dude, if this is Dino Crisis, this is the weirdest. I don't even know what to think.
Proceeding under the guidance of the next gen AI, Leviathan. Meanwhile, IBS continues to recruit candidates to become new exofighters, humanity's greatest hope.
Okay, it's not Dino Crisis, Exoprimal. All right, I was gonna say like that.
Another exofighter recruit, right? Welcome to IBS.
All right, I mean, it looks like it could be just some dumb fun, maybe.
With more announcements and updates for your favorite games.
Could you imagine if that was Dino Crisis?
Exoprimal, a
How
brand
Dino
new IP
Crisis
from
fans
Capcom.
would have felt.
It hits PS4 and PS5 next year. Next up, let's get some eye-popping updates for some fan
All right.
favorites launching soon.
Ghostwire Tokyo, to be expected.
こいつは大勢の魂を借り集め、それを利用して冥界と現世をつなごうとしている。
あいつはこの先に一体何を見ているって言うんだ。
行くぞ。黄泉の国はまだ先だ。なんだか盛り上がってきたな。
こんなことが許されるはず。
How are you guys feeling about Ghostwire Tokyo?
終わらない。
死んだのか。
体をよこせ。妹は助けてやる。終わらせるぞ。秋田。
で、来るんだろ一緒に。
I have to admit, I am somewhat intrigued by Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm not like fully sold on it, but it does look like something I might want to play. That was really quick.
Later today, visit PlayStation Store to download a new demo for Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin.
All right.
Now, let's jump into the world of Forspoken with some all-new gameplay.
Okay. Definitely need to see more Forspoken. Let's see.
It is quite beautiful.
Yeah, in a everything here wants to kill you kind of way.
A lot of backflips in this trailer. Just got a super chat from Xbox saying yawn.
Let's finish this.
You better buckle up. On a whole nother dimension.
I'm really liking the enemies and what look to be the boss battles, but I'm still nervous about like the story and
That was a new look at the sprawling
I don't know.
PS5 adventure Forspoken.
But it definitely
from
that trailer
Productions.
I think was a better one for sure.
Let's check out some 6v6 action in Gundam Evolution, a fast-paced multiplayer shooter coming to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
Why is this reminding me of Halo a little bit? Xbox super chats again saying I don't know. I'm not gonna read that. Like, yeah, I don't have any interest in this. Let's see what's next. I don't have any interest in this either. Well, Konami did show up. They are cramming quite a bit of games in here, though.
Kaiju Brawler Giga Bash comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year. Next, a fan favorite fighting game makes a beautiful and bizarre return.
Bizarre return? Not actual gameplay. All right. I see people saying JoJo. Not familiar with it. I can't even keep up with what's going on right now. Oh, Bizarre Adventure. Okay. Now I know why they said that.
Our next two games will take you beyond life and death.
Oh, what is this? Kevin Reavers said, they told y'all stop setting expectations. Thank you for that. This actually looks pretty good. This looks like, Yeah, I like that. iSiler18, you're saying the Sifu version of Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It looks like Limbo meets Ghost of Tsushima. That's what I was trying to say. It looks good. I'm actually interested in that. Oh, PlayStation Studios.
Trapped in an endless cycle.
Returnal.
Fighting. Dying.
DLC.
Returning. Always the same. Yet always changing.
Wasn't expecting this.
Astra, I'm not alone.
Oh, co-op? Yo, okay, that is pretty awesome.
Now I stand before the endless tower. I climb as Sisyphus did, pushing the boulder upward. No matter how high I climb, the challenge begins again.
Is this like a free update or a paid DLC?
But I fight on, through the infinite.
I'm assuming paid DLC.
Seeking answers. Seeking ascension.
Yeah,
My
this
release
seems
is within this
like
tower,
too much to be a free update.
and I will find it.
Update 3.0, March. Oh, that's very soon.
Housemarque is bringing campaign co-op and a mysterious new survival mode
Oh,
to
that is
Eternal
awesome.
Ascension. A
That
free
is
update
awesome.
hitting this March.
Free update?
It's almost time to
Oh,
sign
gets
off,
better.
but before we do, let's
That
get a
is
first
awesome.
look at 2 brand new games coming from Square Enix.
I was not expecting that.
Is this really what you want?
Mark Davis,
You're
Returnal
certain
gets
that
co-op
what we
before
do
Halo Infinite.
is best
That's
for the
technically
people of the
true,
kingdom.
yeah.
Yes. I suppose it would, in a sense. True. Yes. It made me wonder. Am I still that same person?
The era of myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The Kingdom of Alatane, ward of the Augurs, looked destined to have its soil stained with the blood of battle.
We've finally been called up. We're up against the Empire's main army.
We are to eradicate every last Imperial who comes ashore. Keep focused.
Come on, everyone!
And now you will die.
Do you really have such a yearning for war? I can't comprehend it.
So then, what shall we do now?
We're going to retake it.
This is our chance while they're all assembled. We should send our best and crush them.
That's right. All the more reason to avoid bloodshed.
It also likely means that we're in danger.
I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
Magnum Visuals are saying Returnal's answer to a difficulty setting is co-op. Interesting way of looking at it.
If the will to fight still lingers within you, then accept my offer and join me.
Valkyrie, heed my words. Ragnarok tears our world asunder. All we hold precious lies on the brink of annihilation. Become my tool of intervention and save this world from doom.
Valkyrie Elysium. Huh. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Your efforts to remain undetected are lacking. Reveal yourself. Who are you?
That's all for today. We'll see you soon with another State of Play.
All right, let me pause this here. Yeah, give me 1 second and we'll talk about this for just a few minutes. What did you guys think? That I mean that pretty much that pretty much went exactly as I expected. I mean, I have to imagine quite a few people out there feeling pretty disappointed right now. No Final Fantasy 16, no Resident Evil 4 Remake, no Hogwarts Legacy. Nothing like that. Again, I told you guys. Well, my chat is literally incomprehensive right now, so there's no way I can read that. Spacey, you're saying Square Enix has completely lost it. You think so? Do you think they did? I don't know. For me, overall, I don't know how many people are... Yeah, slow mode. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me turn that on real quick. It's definitely... Yeah, it's... I should have thought of that. I don't know how many people are here right now that didn't watch my video that I put out yesterday talking about the State of Play, or maybe didn't catch the very beginning of this stream. But, you know, again, this is why I told everybody you really need to keep your expectations as low as you possibly can and expect pretty much nothing. I see somebody saying MBG, is this the big event, or are they going to have something else? I wish I knew the answer to that question. Here's how I see it. It's weird to me that there have been so many rumors about all these different things that Sony has that they want to show off, you know? And all of these rumors were claiming that, oh, Sony might have some type of an event in March. And people kept referring to it as a State of Play, and then sometimes they would refer to it as a showcase. And here we are. We just finished the show. I almost called it a showcase. Definitely not a showcase. We just finished the State of Play. And I'm going to tell everybody now who's maybe holding out hope that Sony will do some type of an event in March or a showcase. I do not see that happening. I just want to say that now because I do see some people saying that Sony is going to show more this month, and I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, realistically speaking. But the likelihood of Sony doing a showcase of any kind this month or even next month, I think, is very low. It seems clear to me that Sony had this state of play planned for some time, and this is what people were talking about. And I always kind of thought it was a little strange, like Sony doing a showcase in March. I wanted to believe it. But it seemed a little strange, the timing. So at this point, I'm going to say the next time we'll see a proper showcase from Sony will come at the normal time we get one every year, which is in June, most likely, maybe even July, but I'm thinking June. I think somebody let me know, is it true that E3 is officially dead now? I'm pretty sure they didn't announce anything, and E3 is just dead and done, and now it's just going to be publishers setting up their own thing. So if that's the case, I fully expect Sony to do something in June. Yeah. Shane Ramsey, a member for 17 months. Thank you, buddy. You're saying, I was hoping for Final Fantasy 16, but wasn't really expecting it, mate. Thanks for the awesome 17 months. Yeah, no problem, man. I really appreciate the support. I mean, they did say that we're going to see more Final Fantasy 16 in the spring. So probably in the next month or two. Easy HT Tech, thank you so much for that, buddy. We have Rory2X saying they clearly said it's a state of play for Japanese titles. People are setting their own selves up for disappointment. Also, why would Sony have AAA games at a state of play? Yeah, I hopefully at this point, my hope is that the more regular state of plays we have, people will begin to accept that you're just not going to get anything that exciting at a state of play. It's been proven time and time again that if you're somebody who's not into like smaller, I guess you could say shows like this where you're not going to get the big reveals, you're not going to get the exciting announcements, you shouldn't tune into state of play. If you end up feeling like it's a waste of time or it's disappointing, I see somebody saying you hype this way too much. See, I'm going to let you know that you're just completely wrong. And I can only assume you're saying that because you don't watch my content. For anybody who watched my video yesterday, you'll back me up. I literally told you guys, expect literally nothing. So, I mean, I get it. I know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not usually the PlayStation hype guy. Okay? I don't want to sit here and pretend that I'm not usually that guy. But when it comes to state of plays, I am not that guy. I am not that guy anymore, man. But I will say, though, the big surprise for me, and it was kind of a big surprise because I really did not see it coming, was the Returnal co-op DLC and apparently some more story DLC. I got the platinum for Returnal. You guys know how much I enjoyed that game. And the fact they're adding co-op, that is awesome, dude. I love that. I mean, I know that not everybody's going to care about it, but for me, that was the highlight of the state of play, and that made me glad that I tuned in. We had talked about Returnal DLC a while ago. People were thinking that like Housemarque was teasing it out a couple of months ago, and then we just never heard anything. It turns out they were. They were working on DLC this whole time, so that's awesome. Ben Jam, you're saying this ain't what PlayStation needs right now. I mean, look, I look at it as it's better than literally nothing. I mean, I know most people are walking away from it being like, and I get it, but, it's fine. I feel like anybody who knows what to expect from a regular state of play at this point, you know what to expect. Now, if this was like a showcase or something, oh man, I'd be having a meltdown over here, as would everybody else. Reyes, you're saying next showcase will be June. That SOP was horrible. Yeah, I could see. I think you're right. It's clear that whatever Sony does have, they want to hold on to it. I will say that on the upside, for anybody who maybe was hoping to see more from Sony, I know that maybe this is a bit of a I don't know. It's most people probably won't care, but on the upside, hey, at least it means that Sony is saving the good stuff for the good show. By the way, guys, do me a favor. We have over 2,000 people here hanging out with me, which is awesome. I really appreciate you guys showing your support. Please hit that like button for me. If everybody hit the like button, we could easily get to 2,000 likes. Really helps the streams out. I see Josh. You're saying the Returnal DLC was a nice surprise. For sure. For sure it was. I don't know how many people were expecting that, but I certainly wasn't. Blue Streak 320, you're saying Sony should just buy Square Enix at this point, LOL. You know, I'd argue against that, honestly. I'd say that, if anything, this continues to prove why Sony doesn't need to buy Square Enix. They're so close together. Square Enix clearly likes the relationship that they have with Sony. You know, I guess my question is, if Sony were to acquire Square Enix, what would change? You know? Mike McCarthy 88, you're saying, I give it a solid B. Some interesting games announced. That one game at the beginning really kind of had me going for a minute, because I, for some reason, was thinking Dino Crisis, not just because of the dinosaurs and the fact it was Capcom, but because they showed that one woman with the short red hair that reminded me of the main character from Dino Crisis. And I'm like, oh man, if this is Dino Crisis, fans are going to be very, very morbidly depressed, because that is not what Dino Crisis is. You're saying that is it her? It looked like her. It looked just like her. So I don't know if it's like related. Maybe it's set in like the same universe. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think that Dino Crisis fans want, like, you know, that kind of survival horror Dino Crisis experience. Green Al Gill, you're saying, do you think Sony should rejoin the E3 roster? Green Al Gill, there is no E3 anymore. There is no E3 roster. So at this point, if Sony wanted to, they could create their own E3. Anybody could at this point if they wanted to. A Shorty Faye, member for 11 months, plays no limits. Thank you so much. You're saying, I saw somebody say Returnal is getting co-op in the main game before Halo Infinite. I keep going, Sony. They have been more active than I've ever seen them. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of funny to point that out. I think, dude, I heard people speculate in the past that Returnal should get co-op, and I imagine that, and I'm like, yeah, that would be incredible, but I highly doubt that that Housemarque would add co-op to this game. And they did, and I am quite surprised by that. I think it's a perfect game, and I think there's going to be like a survival mode, which is awesome. Miss Fantastico, you're saying E3 has been dead since Sony left, and I kept my expectations low going into this. It wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Much love from New Zealand, bro. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you kept your expectations low. I'm not kidding when I say that. You know, I've been going around and just kind of reading what people are saying, and yeah, people are. I think most people, I think they do it on purpose. I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of people just want an excuse to basically say, "Oh, this was terrible and Sony sucks." You know, like I mean, realistically, how high can your expectations be at this point in 2022? How long has State of Play been around? Hasn't State of Play been around for like 3+ years now? How high can your expectations really be at this point? Unless somebody was like really confused and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is that God of War State of Play." Like, no, it's definitely not. Let me see. We have Ben Jam. You're saying, I had no expectations for the State of Play, but to show this on the same day Metacritic announced Xbox was 2021's best game publishers makes me wonder. I didn't even know that, actually. Did they announce that? Well, good for them, man. Good for them. That's I would have to look into that. I'm not sure how many games Microsoft released compared to Sony, but nonetheless, good for them. That's definitely a far cry from where Xbox used to sit, you know, a couple years ago. So I'm sure they're feeling good about that. But I don't know if that there's any connection between that, truthfully. Richard Rodriguez, you're saying, so which games do you think are PlayStation exclusives? I honestly don't know. I'm under the assumption that because it's a State of Play, quite a few of the games we saw are likely timed console exclusives for PS5 as well as PS4. I mean, we did see Forspoken, we did see Ghostwire, which was nice. I know those are exclusive, but I don't know if that game, I forget the name of it already, but the game that we saw at the end from Square Enix, I don't know if that's an exclusive or not. Tom R, you're saying don't listen to people saying you hype this up. They're either complete clowns or they're trolling you. Yeah, they're probably trolling me. I would probably shouldn't even acknowledge it, but it's just one of these things where it's like, yeah, I got to be fair. I have hyped up State of Plays in the past and I learned the hard way. Like, yep, okay, no, zero expectation going forward because, oh boy, yeah. State of Play. I think by this point everybody should know what you get with the State of Play. That's not focused on a single game, of course. Jose, you're saying seeing all these State of Plays and their okay showcases really makes me miss the good old Sony E3 days. Yeah, I feel that. I think a lot of people feel that. What a lot of gamers want, not even just PlayStation fans, they're looking forward to when Sony has that moment, where they're ready to bring out the big guns. Hour and a half long, full-blown showcase where it's like, you want to know what PlayStation Studios has been working on? You want to know what they got coming down the line? Now we're ready to show you. And at this point, I do certainly believe we will get that show this year, but I think it's not going to happen until June. Colby Watts, you're saying, do you think the next showcase will be like the last one? Indies up front, 2 to 3 PlayStation Studio games at the back. I'm going to be honest, man. That's my fear. That is my fear. That is the last thing I want from the next Sony showcase. I kind of gave Sony a little bit of a pass in September of 2021 because, they're like, hey, we got Wolverine and KOTOR remake. Here's some Spider-Man 2. It's like, you can't argue that, yeah, these are some big game reveals and announcements, but you save them for like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the showcase. My hope is that the next showcase we get from Sony, whenever it does happen, is something that has a good balance and there are exciting announcements distributed evenly. I mean, obviously, anytime we get a showcase from Sony, there's going to be some indies. There's going to be some games that they don't fit the bill of like the big exciting new reveals. Then that's fine. But, I think back to the Future Game Show back in, I think it was June of 2020. Sony really ramped it up then, and I would like to see them do something like that again. Green Al Gill, you're saying Diofield confirmed to be multi-plat Switch plus Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can never tell with these State of Plays. They're always just going to tell you that, hey, it's on PS5 and on PS4, but, they don't really say if it's going to be multi-plat or not. Dunastar, you're saying this was better than Xbox's showcase. There was none. Oh, I mean, again, yeah, it's one of those things where some people are going to feel like Sony just shouldn't have even bothered. They shouldn't have even done this. But others are going to feel like, again, it's better than nothing. And I don't know. The only question I think really Sony has to ask themselves is, does this hurt their reputation? Does this hurt their player base? Does this hurt them in any way? I don't think so. I don't think it hurts them. I think people just want to be upset or want to pretend to be upset so they can like vote on Jeff Keighley's poll and be like, it was a D. It's like, what did you expect it to not be? You know what I mean? Like I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it is what it is, man. That now I have to say I'm really glad that I put myself in the thumbnail the way I did for this stream, because how I look in that thumbnail is exactly how I expected to look by the time the State of Play was over. Granted, maybe you can put a little smile on my face because of Returnal, for sure. Nakamichi, you're saying Sony should buy Square Enix. Watching their games here shows that there isn't a proper leadership. Babylon's Fall has ended up like Avengers. Square is about to end up bankrupt like they were in 2017. I'm going to be honest, yeah, it does seem like Square is in an interesting position. I mean, they have Final Fantasy 16. They have Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2 eventually. They did have Guardians of the Galaxy, which I thought was an awesome game. It was sad to see that apparently it underperformed sales-wise. That is very sad to me because that game deserves to succeed. But yeah, I don't know. They're really, I think you're right. They do need proper leadership. And I can back you up, Nakamichi, in you saying this because at the beginning of this year, Square Enix was one of the first publishers to come out and be like, we are fully embracing NFTs. And I'm like, why? This is the last thing you should be doing. So thank you for that generous donation. CB Gilgamesh, you're saying, do you or any of the chat know of the Valkyrie profile? Because the jaded, dejected behavior is coming off super spoiled. Too many games to be acting out. CB Gilgamesh, I feel like I almost just read a different language there. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I can't answer whatever your question is, man. That's all I'm trying to say. I have no idea what you just said, but I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate the super chat. Tom R, you're saying these sort of state of plays are why third parties want to deal with Sony. They push niche content out to a global audience. I agree, actually. I think that, if you're somebody who is looking into things a little bit deeper, you would have to ask yourself, why does Sony continue to do these stated plays when it seems like, I don't know if we can go based off the internet. It could just be in a bubble, but it seems like people aren't really liking them that much. Like, they don't get excited for them. They don't feel excited by the time they're finished. And that, you hit the nail on the head there. It's simply because this is a really good way for Sony to continually allow their partners and even some of their studios, like what we saw with Housemarque, for stuff that's kind of smaller, to just get out there and get some attention and get some eyes on them. And yeah, that's why I think they continue to do it, and they will continue to do it. Ryan Thomas, you're saying Square is trying too much too fast. It does kind of come off that way. Yeah, it does. I mean, with that last game that they showed, it just makes me feel like they're doing that thing where it's like we're throwing as many things out there as we can to see what sticks and to find like the next big hit if we're able to. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from them, but we'll see. I mean, Final Fantasy 16, as I said, is the big game for them, and there's a lot of expectation there. It will be interesting to see how they end up kind of navigating the next couple years in tandem with Sony and how much influence potentially Sony could have over that. So we'll see. Mike McCarthy 88, you're saying that Valkyrie game is only on PC and PlayStation, according to Square Enix. Okay. That I kind of figured. I mean, they really kind of put a big emphasis on that game. So I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me if it was exclusive. But yeah, at this point in time, I do want to say something that I could see happening, because we are talking about state of play right now. Something that I could see happening between now and June, assuming that Sony does their showcase in June, I could see Sony doing a dedicated state of play and maybe like sometime in April or maybe May for God of War Ragnarok. I could see that because last year, when we thought that Horizon Forbidden West was going to launch in 2021, they had a dedicated state of play in May, knowing it wasn't probably going to launch until sometime late 2021, but then it ended up getting delayed. So I could see them doing that as a nice little in-between as we wait for their proper showcase. It'd be a great way for them to kind of build the hype, keep the hype going, I guess you could say. So, I see some people in the chat, they're like, come on, we got to get something big from Sony. And, don't forget, guys, Sony has a lot going on behind the scenes. It's just a matter of when are they ready to show it. Timing is everything for Sony. We know this at this point. And when they do ring the bell and say, look, now we're having our own show, at the very least, you're going to get a few really, really top-notch things that are going to leave you feeling pretty damn excited. So I have no doubt about that. I will say the one game that I was a little bit surprised that we didn't see just because of how much talk there was surrounding it, how many rumors there were, was Hogwarts Legacy. I really thought that we were going to get at least another trailer for that game, and people I think are starting to get a little bit. They're getting a little bit frustrated. Like, yo, when are we going to see this game again? And I have to agree, it's been a very long time, but we'll see. Maybe that's a game that they're saving for like their showcase. The Dark, Azrael, you're saying these bad games, it's like watching TV commercials, something you don't want to see. Yeah, I admit, like when you see a game or a few games in a row that come on that are like, you just automatically know I have no interest, it can feel that way. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to it at this point. I mean, for me, it's like it's 20 minutes. You know, I get to live stream it, hang out with you guys for a little bit. At the end of the day, it doesn't feel that bad to me, even in the worst case scenario where I don't see a single thing that I like. At the very least, I get to hang out with you guys, and that's always cool. Cortex777, you're saying Japanese are usually smaller devs. Next, state of play hype. Yeah, right. Well, this state of play was disappointing. Let's get hyped for the next one. At this point, I don't know. I don't see Sony doing another state of play like this until maybe sometime after June. But I think that, oh man, what do you guys think a God of War Ragnarok dedicated state of play would be like? I think that would be pretty huge. I think people would be very excited about that. Very excited. Yeah, let's start the hype for the next state of play. Kevin, you're saying rather get that less than 18-month announcements than 18 months or less with announcements than trailers. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because when these developers are timing when they want to reveal their games, the longer they wait, the better it is for them. You know, like the longer they wait to show it, but it depends with each game. You know, like a game like Wolverine, you can announce years in advance because it's Wolverine. It's going to succeed no matter what. But if it's like a new IP and you have to really kind of sell people on it, you're going to want to make sure you have a decent chunk to show, or people might really not get what it is you're making. And we have seen that happen. So, but yeah, I think that's going to do it for this stream, guys. It's about an hour and 2 minutes. So I think that's just, you know, round it down to about an hour. Not too bad all in all. So yeah, I want to, you know, extend a big thank you to everybody who took time to hang out with me here. For those of you who watch my videos, those of you who donate super chats, thank you so much. I really appreciate that support. It helps more than you know. I just have one last request before you head out. Please hit that like button. I think we could probably get to 1,000 likes by the time the stream is up if everybody chips in. So yeah, there we go. That is the March 2022 State of Play. At this point in time, I have no idea what Sony's plans are for the remainder of the month or, you know, up until June. And so I will be sure to keep you guys updated with everything PlayStation here on the channel. But that does it. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my night. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day or night as well. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully, with another video. So until then, take care, guys.